Okay, this is Lux by Etta. Let me take you through the process of making your princess cut, turning it into a corset. All right, it is very simple. You can turn your princess bustier into a corset. So let me take you through the process. Once again Lux by Etta. So this part, I'm taking my top line. This is my top line. I do 2 inches for my top line. The top line is more like a guide around the shoulder line. Okay, so whatever it is you don't understand, feel free to leave it on the comment section. I will always answer you. So, and also feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So this is my top line. We are making a princess bustier and we're going to convert it into a corset. All right, so now I'm going to mark my shoulder. My shoulder is 16. I'm going to add ½ inch. That is 4/8. That 4/8, when you add both shoulder, is going to give you 1 inch. Then I'm going to take my neck depth. I use 3.5 as my neck depth, and 3 also. So now I'm going to mark my shoulder slant. You can do ½ inch, you can do 1 inch, but I use 1 inch because I always love my shoulders well slanted. Okay, so now I'm going to use my French curve and actually get my neck circumference. Okay, so now I'm going to mark my shoulder slant. This is how you take your shoulder slant. You just take your, it is very, very simple, trust me. Whatever question you have, all right, just feel free to leave it on the comment section. I'm going to answer you, trust me. So this is it. I'm writing it out. That is 1 inch. So this is 3.5. All right, and the depth is 3 inches. Note, the depth is 3 inches. You can do as much as you want to. And note, this princess, you are going to do a plunge neckline. Okay, so this is total package. From the shoulder slant, I'm going to mark my armhole. You can call it bust length. All right, so I'm marking my armhole now. This is it. Then you're gonna roll it out like this. Note, whatever it is you don't understand, always feel free to like it and also comment and tell me. I will answer you. You can even send me a DM. So you see, I have marked it out. This is more like a guide to getting my yoke line. Okay, I am trying as much as possible to explain it very well. This is a well-detailed class. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to divide my bust length into 2. It is very simple. Open up your mind. So you divide it into 2. You go in by 3/8. All right, so when you go in by 3/8, you mark your, this is, you're going to get your angle 90. All right, this is your angle 90. Then when you get your angle 90, you're going to actually mark, you're going to go up by 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch is okay for you to get your armhole curve. Is very, very okay. You can go 1.5, 1 inch. It depends on what you want. Okay, so you now get it. This is how you just put it on that part that you divided into 2. Now I am actually trying to get my angle 45 from here. Okay, so you see, it is very, very simple. So from here now, you're going to mark your bust point. My bust point is 10. I'm marking out my bust point 10. Then I'm going to roll it out. I'm trying to label it for you to understand it. This is the bust length. Then this is the bust point. Now I've marked my bust point. All right, note that my bust point is 10. So now I'm going to mark my under bust length. All right, so my under bust is 13. Your client's under bust can be 13.5, then it will be 10.5, the bust point. So this is the vital things you have to note. These things are what you have to know when making your bust here. Okay, so I've marked it out. This is my under bust. I'm labeling it. So then the next thing I'm going to take is going to be my half length. Okay, my half length here is 17. Then I'm going to mark my half length. This is 17 inches. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blouse length. Okay, for me to get my blouse length, I go down by 9 inches. That is to the hip length. or 8 inches. It depends on your choice. It depends on how long you want it to get to. Most times your blouse length, you can come down from the half length by 6 inches. It just depends on what you can. Even do a crop top. It depends on what you want. It is your preference. Okay, so now I have marked it out. That is my blouse length. Okay, note that whatever it is you don't understand, leave it on the comment section. Share this to your soulmate and your friends. Okay, so this is it. So I decided to highlight it with a marker, okay, then for you to understand it better. So this part is very, very important. Note, this part is very, very important, okay? So for the I'm taking my dart line, all right? So more like my bust pan, this is my nipple to nipple. So my nipple to nipple is 8, but what I'm going to do that is going to make your bustier very fine is actually to go in by 3.5. You know your bust pan is 8, you divide it into 2, that's 4. But now I'm going to take my under bust. Just look at the way I'm just trying to contour it. All right, I'm not going to do 4 inches. I'm going to do 3.5. You can even do 3 inches. It just depends on how you want your cup to be. All right, because this determines how your cup is going to turn out. So note, if you notice what I did for the bust point, I did my normal bust pan. Okay, that is 8 inches divided by 2, that is 4. So you see, it gave it a little bit of slant, if you notice. So you see, then for the inside, for that's the dart line, I'm going to do 2.5 because I want the cup to be very pronounced. Okay, it depends on what you want. Note, it just depends on what you want actually. So now I have marked it out like this. Then I'm going to extend it. I'm going to extend it to that division I did on the bust line. Okay, just watch me do my thing. It is very, very simple. So I'm going to extend the princess because I don't want it to shorten. So I will extend it by half an inch or 1 inch. It just depends on how long you want it to be, but it must not exceed half an inch or 1 inch. Okay, so now I'm going to take my French curve and do this. It is very simple. That's why you need your French curve in doing this. It is very, very simple, trust me. All right, so this is what you're going to do. Now I have gotten my cup. All right, so now I am going to dart this the lines here. I'm going to dart it. Note, that is very, very important. Okay, so you can do 1 inch, that's half inch on both sides. It's very okay. It will work out perfectly fine. So the reason why you do the dart is for you to avoid that, that puffiness around the bust line. Okay, it gives it more like, it makes it very relaxed. Okay, so you know that we extended it. Now we're going to take our normal, we're going to extend it like this, just more like you're trying to blend it in with the former curve. All right, so there's nothing serious here. It is very simple. Okay, so when you finish this part, you can decide, okay, fine, you don't want to do the bust dart. It will still turn out very beautiful, but I'm just trying to show you how to do the bust dart in case you want to do a bust dart. It is also going to be very, very fine. And note that when you do a bust dart, you're going to, whatever it is you remove here, you're going to take it to the bottom. Okay, because if you don't do it, it might end up shortening the center front. Okay, note that whatever it is you don't understand, feel free to leave it on the comment section. I am going to answer you. This is a very well detailed class. Okay, so you see, this is 3.5, this is 4 inches. Okay, then you see, this is very, very, very simple. This class is well detailed. If you love this class, feel free to leave it on the comment section. Okay, I would really appreciate that. Then now this part is very, very important. So when you mark your waist, my waist is 8, so you are making sure you're going to add this 2.5 here at the middle back. That is, whatever it is you remove in sewing, whatever it is you remove, you are taking it back. Okay, that is the principle of sewing. So now I have marked my hip. So for my hip, I have actually marked it. I added some allowance because I want my hip, I want it to have an exaggerated hip. Okay, you can decide to leave it like that, it does not really matter. Okay, to still turn out very, very fine. So the same thing I did, I am marking my underbust, I am going to still take it like that. It is very, very simple. Okay, then I will now take my bust point, bust, that's my round bust measurement. Okay, simple and sweet, very, very simple. This is the sweetest princess cut. So note that you can ask me questions, I will always answer you when I have the time. I love you guys so, so much. Okay, so this is it is very simple. Now what we're going to do, what we call contouring. Okay, we're going to contour the waistline. You can decide not to contour, but I love contouring my waistline. I love removing some inches from my waistline. So this is it, pretty very simple, very, very simple. Extend it to the hip line. So now after this, I want us to get a plunge neckline. So we're going to do a plunge neckline princess. Okay, you can decide to start from the underbust. It depends on how plungy you want this your neckline to be. It just depends on you. So now I want my plunge neckline to be long, so I'm going to do it like this, very simple. Okay, very, very, it just depends on how plunge you want it to be. So most times when I want to do my plunge neckline, I love using my free hand. Okay, it is better to do your free hand, but you can use your French curve. Okay, but me, I prefer using my free hand in doing this part. Okay, so see, I'm trying to get it, but I didn't want to do it, but I can do it with my free hand. So that's why see me extending it very demure. Okay, so this part does not really have a particular measurement. It depends on, you can decide to do a normal neckline, but this is how you do your plunge neckline. Okay, you can take it straight down to the navel. It just depends on what you really want. All right, so at this point we have gotten our yoke. So this part, I'm trying to play around, I'm trying to manipulate it. You can do whatever it is you want to do on this part, it is your choice. Okay, so you see, I'm just trying to manipulate. I want an exaggerated hip line. I still added, okay, you can add 2 inches, then you just give it a slight curve. Okay, you can do, this part does not have a particular measurement, you can do whatever it is you want to do. All right, so it is very, very simple. So this part, I'm actually trying to trim it out. So now we've gotten our yoke line from this. I'm trimming that out, the yoke. This is your yoke line. So it is very, very simple and it is very, very easy. Trust me, nothing serious here. So I'm cutting out, this is the center front, I'm cutting it out. Super, super easy and simple, trust me. So you see this part, I have actually coupled it up. Sewing is more like a puzzle. I've coupled it up. I want you guys to see on how I'm going to achieve my corset from this. You see how the cup is cupping. It is nice. Imagine when I'm done sewing this on a fabric. See how it is looking. So what you're going to do now is you're going to just take your what's it called, your marker, then you're going to cut this out. So from bustiers you can get your corset and you can get your cup and you can actually manipulate it to whatever it is you want to manipulate. You see how deep the cup is. It is going to accommodate whatever it is you put there. I don't want to mention name. So you see, I will just take it and I'll mark it. This is how you can get your corset. Like, this corset is going to be very, very beautiful. When you make it like this, then you add your yoke line. That is just it. It is very, very simple. All right, it is very, very simple. So you see, now I have gotten my corset and I have gotten my cup. This is just my cup. You see how deep the cup is. It is very, very simple to make. Note, there's nothing difficult about making corset. It is just you. All right, there's nothing difficult. Now you see how you can achieve your princess from your corset. We have a lot of tutorials coming up, so guys, always feel free to share, like, and subscribe. So now you can actually use your marker, then you can just play around it. You can do a 3-piece corset on this. You see, this is just it. Very simple. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. Love you guys.